Hey everybody, it's Nate with Sauce Ain't the Boss here again, and today is day number 330 of quitting alcohol. I had a viewer talk about how their life has been kind of blah lately since they quit drinking alcohol, and they said maybe they're just getting used to the calmness of it all. But quitting alcohol can be that way at times, to where you have these moments of just life feels kind of plain Jane, or just kind of blase, or just kind of meh, for lack of a better term. But then so did drinking alcohol every day. I remember when I was stuck in that alcohol trap, not only was it bland at times, but it was the same thing over and over again, no variety. And in fact, there were so many times where it was worse than just meh. It was worse than just bland. It was actually misery. I would wake up in the middle of the night with my heart pounding out of my chest, sweating, and look at myself in the mirror, just tormented by the trap I had put myself into that I couldn't escape from. It felt like being in prison, and so will I trade that misery and that prison cell that I created for myself for some meh kind of days or some blase days? Absolutely. And I had those too when I was drinking. And the only difference is, I think, we used alcohol as a drug to escape from that feeling. But right, you wake up the next day and your life's still meh. Now you have a hangover, and you've damaged your body with the poison you just dumped into it. And then alcohol compounds the problems. The more that I started to drink and need it, the more I needed to drink to get the same effects. So then the worse I was damaging my body, and the vicious cycle begins, where you just start drinking more and more. Then you feel worse and worse about yourself and the things around you, and problems start to compound. And then you drink more, and then it's like, when does it end? It just keeps going that direction until things hit rock bottom, right? And so, life does has its ups and downs, right? There's nothing that we can do about that other than just, when the sun shines, make hay, they say. And, when we're in the valleys instead of the peaks or whatever, that's okay. That's part of life. We try to make the best of those down times as possible. And it's like I've said over and over again, when you quit drinking alcohol, you do have to start doing things that you've never done before, out of your comfort zone, to create that life so it doesn't feel blasé. You have to start doing different things, educating yourself on different things, and breaking that comfort zone. And, when you start doing that and you start keeping busy, I find myself more now than I did in the beginning, just having a go, 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 action packed life. And I don't have as many of those meh kind of blase days, because I got so much going on. Just an example, today I got up, I worked out, lifted weights for an hour and a half, and then I went on a 7 mile hike with my wife, and then I got all my documents together for a rental property loan that I'm working on for my mortgage broker. I just got back from taking the family on a Bronco ride with the top off the Bronco, and we went to the store and just go. I got lots of things to do around the house this evening, and there's just never a shortage anymore of things to do. And some of those things might be blasé, to some people. Getting documents ready to drop off at a mortgage broker doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun, but it keeps you busy, it keeps you occupied. Life's not all about being excited and fun every single minute. It's just not designed that way. It never will be. You can't, be born into a life that's just nonstop fun all the time. It's not the way that the universe works. And the sooner that you can accept that and be okay with it, and not feel the need to turn to a drug to carry on with life in those times when it feels that way, the better off you're going to be. And you're not alone at all in feeling those times of meh. It just is what it is, right? There's no way to escape that. And yeah, you can turn to a drug to numb it temporarily, but that feeling's going to come back. And when it does, what are you going to do again if you're using drugs or alcohol? You're going to turn back to that alcohol, and then you feel that again and you turn back to it, and is that fixing that? Are you chasing down the root of why you're feeling, blasé about things? No, you're just masking the symptom, right? You're taking a drug to mask the symptom rather than fixing the root of the problem. And, I've had to really learn to be content sitting still. One of my biggest reasons for drinking was always boredom and anxiety, feeling the need to do something all the time, want to be busy. And excuse me, I totally get it. That's been probably the toughest challenge for me. And that's why I had such a hard time when I went to Hawaii, not drinking in the evenings was, I'm on vacation, so I'm not working. I'm not at home. There's not the projects I got going on. I'm in a condo, with nothing to work on or whatever. And so the evenings would hit and action was done for the day, right? And I'm sitting there in this condo going, what do I do now? I want to go. And I had to learn to adapt, to just be okay doing the things that I could around there to keep occupied, and learn to just kind of sit there and just learn to relax, learn to actually truly relax without having a drug, and being okay with just sitting on a couch and just maybe watching a show on TV or just learning how to wind down and be okay with that. And we're not supposed to be high strung, go every second, every minute of every day, or we burn ourselves out. I've done that too. I used to go so hard when I first quit drinking. I did a couple videos on it when I was working on my rental, when I had to evict one of my tenants. The guy thrashed the place, and I was working on that place nonstop and coming home and doing these videos. And then I was, doing other projects around the house, and I got myself into a place where it was just too much, and I started getting miserable from that, right? So you got to have a balance. We're not meant to not have some of that downtime in our lives. We just have to learn to enjoy it when it's there, and appreciate that part of life for what it is without taking a drug. And again, though, if you're finding yourself that way, a lot of the time, it will pass too. Like I've gone through, I would have to say, phases in this journey where it seems like I've been down and out like that for maybe it lasted a week or 3 or 4 days. Typically, I would say 3 or 4 days, maybe a week. And then, it would just fade away. And that's something too that, heck, we got hormones going on in our bodies, and we're adjusting to not having that dopamine hit from the alcohol. So a lot of that too can be just from the lack of alcohol, that you're dumping into your body now, and you're readjusting and kind of getting used to living life as your brain kind of rewires, and you start to reprogram yourself from not having alcohol, and your hormones and everything, and your dopamine levels and all this stuff starts to stabilize. And I found that it's kind of weird. It's like I get higher on life now. I see things differently now that I'm almost a year away from alcohol. I didn't enjoy the little things when I was drinking. All I looked forward to was alcohol, and that was my drug. I was just looking forward to getting high, so to speak, every day on the alcohol, rather than getting high and enjoying, and I was taking for granted all of the other beauties in life and all the other things, because I was just gravitating towards that one thing. It takes over your life. It takes over your thoughts, takes over your actions. It's all you're doing is drinking all the time, and so you miss out on all this other stuff going around. And so as you start to reprogram yourself without alcohol, you start to realize it's like the colors are brighter around you. The air smells fresher. You start to appreciate the simple things in life, and here you've been just kind of missing out on all this great stuff going on around you because you're numbing yourself with a drug every single day. So I guess my advice to you, if you're feeling blah, is don't worry about it. Give it some time. It'll pass. Just keep building your life away from alcohol. Keep learning new things, finding new things to keep you busy. Learn to relax. It's okay to have those moments that feel that way. And just know that it gets better, and that you are reprogramming yourself, and that takes time. When you put down the alcohol, and as you get along in this journey, you're gonna have highs and lows. Quitting alcohol doesn't fix all your problems, right? You had problems when you were drinking alcohol. You're gonna have problems when you put the alcohol down. The difference is now, though, you can fix the problems instead of just masking the symptoms of the problem. You can go to work on the things about your life that you're not happy with. You can go to work on yourself. You can change the things in your life that were making you drink. You can look at that boredom and that mad time and go, how can I change this? What can I do, to fix this feeling? And sometimes maybe it's just sitting quietly and learning to deal with it. Other times it might be, picking up new hobbies and stuff like that, and learning how to invest money, or how can you make a side hustle. I'm always thinking and looking for ways to kind of, expand my wealth. Because to be honest with you, I like life so much now. I'm thinking about, God, I don't want to keep working until I'm like 70, 80 years old, right? I want to retire the earlier the better, so I can travel and see places and do things and spend time with family. And, so my wheels are turning, not financial because I'm greedy and I want a bunch of money, but I look at money as freedom. If I have money, then I can not have to work so much, right? I can enjoy life and all the beautiful things around me and that life has to offer. So, you'll get through this tough patch. We all do. It's just, part of life. And it's going to be there whether you're drinking or not. And sometimes it feels like, well, I quit the alcohol, so it must be the alcohol lackage that's making me feel this way, when in reality, you're going to feel that way, ups and downs, whether you're drinking alcohol or not. The only difference is now you're not in that miserable trapped state of wanting to quit this nasty substance that you can't break free from, that's wrecking your life and compounding your problems and screwing up your health. It just, it really does make life a lot shittier when you're drinking. That's all I got to say about that. So that's it for today, guys. If you guys are enjoying these videos, give them a like, subscribe to the channel if you can. And most importantly, remember, sauce ain't the boss. You are. You guys have a great day.